Everyone, welcome back to the Gyro channel. I'm Gyro, of course, and today, obviously, I hope all you guys can see the title of the video and realize that we are doing a mock draft. And I've posted a few mock drafts on this channel before. Um, I think the last one was a full NFL first round mock draft. That went if if you haven't watched it, please go watch it because it's just funny, to be honest with you. Because I was acting like I had source or whatever. I was like, oh, this team won't do this, and this team, oh, I feel like we've been hearing reports that they do this, and I think I went 1 for 32 in the first round. I think I went 1 for 32. Actually, 1 for 31 because I think the Dolphins didn't have a first round pick or something like that. Because the Steelers had the 32nd pick and got Joey Porter Jr. But yeah, mock drafts obviously not always correct at all in the slightest, uh, because you never know. Teams do what they want. This is the NFL. The GMs are paid to pick who they want and do what they want, and we're obviously not GMs sitting at home, so it's obviously accuracy wise, it's very hard to be accurate on these, but it's a fun exercise to do because it puts yourself in the shoes of a GM. And obviously, I don't know about anyone else, but this is my dream. This is like my absolute dream is to work in the NFL, be able to scout players, draft players, be a GM. That just intrigues me. Um, when I grow up, which I mean I'm kind of already grown. I don't know what I'm talking about growing up, but just something in the future that I want to personally do is become a GM. So stuff like this, it's nice. It's putting yourself in the shoes of a GM and being like, oh, this is what the Steelers need in this case. Steelers. This is what the Steelers need. These are the players available. Who do I like with the players available? And pick from there. And I do want to preface this by saying I don't. I have not. I've dived deep into like the first 2 or 3 rounds, like the players that we could pick in the first 2 or 3 rounds. After that, I'll give it 4 rounds actually. After that, it's a crapshoot. I don't really know, but I'll try to give reasoning for my picks and try to provide insight maybe. And if some of you guys don't know some players, I'll give you what my opinions are of those players. And let's just kick it off, man. Enough talking about other stuff. Let's just kick off the mock draft. I'm using Pro Football Network's mock draft. I like their like individual team ones. I like NFL mock draft database for like if I'm picking for all 32 teams, but just since I'm picking with the Steelers, sometimes the NFL mock draft database has some like crazy stuff like Caleb Williams going like 13th or some stuff that just doesn't make sense. So as I say this, watch this mock draft have like I don't know some random first round or first overall pick, but usually it has players that are likely going to be there at the respective spots. So without further ado, without all this rambling, let's just get on into it. We're going to simulate the pick 20 and see what happens here. So we have some trades that are being offered up. Pick 21, see, that would make sense, but do I think that's going to happen? I don't know. Pick 36 and pick 40 is really interesting. Let's just quickly look at the players available because I do like that trade. Because you're just able to get back, and obviously we've been hearing, not we, I mean it's out there about JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Zach Frazier being possible players that start to slip in the draft. Maybe, obviously the Steelers need a center. Maybe they can be there at 36 and 40, and we can get better players in those positions as well. But for right now, let's just stick here. Let's see what we have. So, Amarius Mims. Really like Amarius Mims. Johnny Newton. I do like Johnny Newton. Really intrigues me. I think DT round 1 is it's probably not ideal at all because we have Ogunjobi, we have Cam Hayward, and we have Keanu Benton. So a DT would basically be our developmental guy. Do we really want a developmental guy at pick 20? Me personally, no. All right. So we have corners as well. Nate Wiggins. See, the problem with Nate Wiggins, I know a lot of people like him, and he is a good player on tape and everything. I'm just really, really scared about his weight, man. That I think he's like one. I think he's under 180 pounds as a cornerback. Like that's not fun. So I don't know about that one. Cooper DeJean would really love Cooper DeJean because he's so versatile. And in this secondary, right now we need we could use a boundary corner. I guess we have Dante Jackson, but I mean he could play safety. We can move our safeties around. We can have like a little rotation of guys. Some going in the box, some moving around. That'd be kind of nice. And then obviously he could be our slot corner just off rip, so he can basically play every down, no matter the situation. I mean, I guess in base he wouldn't really see it much, but I he could get significant playing time. Graham Barton is there. Jackson Powers Johnson is there. Like I mentioned before, Jackson Powers Johnson. I did not mention Graham Barton, who a lot of people are now saying is center one, or I guess they have him rated over Jackson Powers Johnson, which to me I disagree. I like Jackson Powers Johnson more. Michael Penix is there, but I'm not drafting Michael Penix. I know the Steelers are supposed to bring him in for a visit, but I'm not gonna do that. There are a lot of guys here, like a lot of guys that I'd be okay with trading down with. But we're gonna just for this first mock draft, we're just gonna stay relatively conservative here, and we'll just take the safe bet. I think Amarius Mims, if he's there, will probably be the pick. I mean, it just sounds like it. It seems like it. That just seems like it's gonna happen. And after this, after the first round, I don't really want to trade because I don't feel like it's as likely. So we'll look at centers again. Ooh, crap. Oh, that's not good. All the main centers are gone. The only guy left is Cedric Van Pran. That's not fun at all. Who else is here now? Let's look. So Edge, no. Ruke, or I remember seeing how to pronounce his name, and unfortunately I apologize to him. I forgot how to say his name, but he's a great player. He's an absolutely great player. He's a raw player. That would be an interesting pick, but obviously a developmental defensive tackle at pick 51. I think that's a little bit too high for what we have right now. The needs we have right now. That seems pretty high. So let's look at, I want to look at receivers. Let's see, Jalen Polk. Nah, I'm not. I mean, he's a fine player. I'm not that intrigued by him. Malachi Corley, Ricky Pearsall. To me, out of the players that are here right now, I like Ricky Pearsall a lot. I really like his route running. That and his speed, his route running, his catching. That all is what the Steelers need. A lot of people love Malachi Corley. To me, from what I'm like, from all the reports that he's like visiting, it feels like he's visiting a team each day. Like he's visiting a new team each day. I think he's not even gonna make it to 51. But Ricky Pearsall, just the way that he's like a good shifty route runner, I really like that. So you know what? We're gonna take Ricky Pearsall here. We're gonna get our receiver, a nice route running receiver that we need, who has speed, who can catch the ball. That all sounds fantastic to me. And now we're here, and it looks like, oh, brother. Oh, brother, that's not good. Obviously, our center are not there anymore. We probably could have taken a center early, but, we'll see what we can do here. We can also probably sign one if we need to, or trade for one. There's stuff that we can do to help that out. So obviously I think now you can draft a DT if you want to. Michael Hall, me personally, I'm a Buckeye fan. I think it's pretty apparent from what we've seen, but on this channel. But I mean, Michael Hall, yeah, he's solid, but it's just I don't know. I think he's more of a. I mean, he played in a 4-3 scheme in Ohio State. But this guy right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, Mason Smith, he's been compared to Stephon Tuitt, and if you can tell me we can get Stephon Tuitt back for this defense, heck yeah, I want that. So although we got some good DT options available, I'm just gonna go Mason Smith here. Or I think Mason Smith. Hopefully it's Mason Smith. I hope I didn't butcher that name. And now we're here at pick 98. And we need to look at corners because we definitely need corners. And this corner right here, I see one that's standing out, and I'm circling him right now. Andrew Phillips. I really like Andrew Phillips. He's 5'10", 190, not great, measurables, but he's fast. He's very fluid and could probably play in the slot if we need to, but he can also play on the outside. So, that being said, obviously, screw it, give me Andrew Phillips. Andrew Phillips. And he also has visited with the Steelers. I know that for a fact. I remember seeing that. Mason Smith as well. So that's all great. Now we're at pick 119. Let's see if this guy's still here. Yep, Mason McCormick is here. I am pretty sure, I hope I'm right about this, Mason McCormick can play center. I think he has the guard center flexibility, which would be perfect for this team. So hopefully that works out. Mason McCormick can play there. Obviously, don't want to get flashbacks to Kendrick Green. That was a disaster, but it is what it is. And you know what? I was talking about my Ohio State love. The way the board is. Wait, let me just quickly look at receiver. I want to see if this one receiver is there. And he is not there. So what we're going to do is just give me Tommy Eichenberg. Just give me a Buckeye. I just want one Buckeye, and I got my one Buckeye. And screw it. We can get another center. We can double dip. If I don't see anything else I want, really. Which is like running backs, tight ends, Okay, we can sign some of these guys, UDFAs, but I know the Steelers have shown interest in this guy, Kingsley. Kingsley. We got Kingsley here. I think the Steelers have met with him, so hopefully that works out. And so now we have two guys that could compete for center jobs, and one of the guys can also be guard depth if we need it. And we got our offensive tackle, we got a receiver, we got a DT, we got corner. All the issues that we have mainly with this team have been addressed. I'm really happy of how this panned out. And hopefully, if you guys agree with me, just hit that like button. Just some easy. Show me that you like this mock draft, and we'll probably be doing another one soon. It's fun doing these, like I said. And if you don't agree with me, hey, leave a comment. I'm more than happy to debate with you guys if you guys don't like what I did, but this is hard to debate, to be honest with you. I don't know how you could say this is a bad draft. I would be very, very happy if this was our draft. But with that being said, hope everyone has a great time. Hopefully draft day is a good day for the Steelers, and see you guys later.